One thing that is true about Normandy and that most people do not understand is just how big Normandy is. You might look at this and say, that doesn't seem that big. Bavaria in its historical borders is much bigger, but that's not actually true. Believe it or not, the entire EU actually fits inside of Normandy, and that is just the power that we should have in this playthrough as well. In the first video, we started right here in Norway, as of course Rollo the Lion of Norway. We made our way down here and have now landed in Normandy, where we didn't become Christians, despite Jesus bringing us down here, supposedly, but we did turn Norman. That means that we have now become our very own culture. We have settled here, we belong into this region, and we shall defend it with everything that we have. Today we're going to continue our playthrough right here, and I'm excited because this Normandy has something special. In CMH, the big mod pack that we're using, we have this right here, the consolidation of Normandy, which is insane because it's a struggle just for this particular region. And I am really looking forward to this right here. The Norman conquest means, historically speaking, the conquest when William the Conqueror went to England and took that stuff over. That was a big loss for the Anglo-Saxons and a big win for anybody that likes the French. Today we're going to do this even better, because this particular struggle ending would make it so that I could found the Kingdom of Greater Normandy. So basically this channel kingdom right here. My plan is to come out ahead here with a Greater Normandy that kind of is the entire northern coast and maybe big chunks of England, without being English or really French, and instead be of the one good culture in the world, Norman. Now I'm gonna be honest with you, there are a ton of different catalysts, which is really cool. If we wanted to go towards confrontation, where we can do border raids and have forced vassalization, we have to initiate Norman adventures, launch Breton-Norman border raids, break a truce with an involved ruler, fail to find the lost relics of Saint Aubert, which I've never heard of this, but also we're not Christians, so that's probably not going to happen to begin with. We can also invite Norse mercenaries to join our armies, and so on. Take a look at that. It's just a ton. On the other side, we could turn Christian, build some monasteries, build some churches, and just become one of the guys, one of the pals that pray to Jesus. And now the first thing is to take care of our inheritance. We do have a son, but he is just the son of a concubine, and he's currently in France, which, I mean, that's disgusting. And oh my god, look at the French. They really moved inland now. They absolutely understand the danger we pose. But this son, honestly, all in all, is a pretty big disappointment. He doesn't have any rights to anything, and he's just kind of boring. He's a covetous gambler. I mean, come on, you're 3 years old. What are you doing with your lives? What we're going to do is we're going to get rid of Svala because she's not doing that much for me. And then I'm going to take a look at something that I noticed after finishing recording yesterday. This right here is Princess Ermentrude, who is in our prison. She is the mother of the King of Brittany and the sister of the King of Aquitaine, making it so that if I make her my wife, don't look at this guy, nobody likes him, nobody cares for him, we can make it so that we have a pretty influential wife right away. So what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna go ahead and make her my concubine, because we gotta do this in like a roundabout way. Yep, they're all gonna hate me, I can tell you that much. And after we've done that, I'm actually go ahead and make her my spouse. I will even have a grand wedding. We got a ton of money, as you can see, and with this grand wedding, I can hopefully make friends with my neighbors, because currently we have a hostage from France and from Brittany, but we have a very angry guy right here in Belgium, in Flanders, and then of course the English. And with this way, we can have a grand wedding, we can get married to her, hopefully get a proper heir that is born from a carling, and make some friends while we're at it with a grand wedding. We are totally legit, okay? We're not just Norse adventurers that should be feared and maybe thrown out. No, we're a big part of the region. I mean, take a look at this, we're even married to a carling. God, you know, I don't host these grand weddings often enough, because normally it's not really necessary, but in this case, it really gives us an opportunity to make friends in our neighborhood. I'm gonna do this eventually, okay? I'm gonna do this eventually, but for the time being, let's just do a normal grand wedding in the EU here. I think that is a good location. We don't have to travel. I would also like to do diplomacy, although seduction would be great. If we could seduce her or one of the women of our enemies, that would be amazing. But let's take a look at this. We don't want to be friends with any of these folks. Quite frankly, I think Flanders would be a pretty good match, because they are our real long-term friends compared to the Christians. Another thing that I overlooked, by the way, is that the current King of France, after somebody helped both of these to just kind of disappear, don't ask any questions, is also the son of Odo. This was the historical King of France that emerged after the Carlings. There's a lot of historical stuff happening here, except we didn't swear fealty to them. We killed 2 of their kings and are now living on their grounds. Don't worry about it, okay? Oh, and right, our quest has actually been fulfilled. If you recall, there is a quest for Rollo. If you play him, you can fulfill this in CMH and indeed get some rewards. We're destined for great things. We get 1000 prestige, 1000 min, and 1000 renown. I would have loved some additional money, but I'll take it, okay? I really love the assembly of people here with whom we are celebrating our new marriage. Drafli hates us, our wife hates us, Princess Rodrida hates us. If we go down the guest list, basically everybody hates us as well. Alright, but while all of that is going, what are we doing here? Now you have to realize that as Normans, even if we turn Christian, we can still be raiding, so this will still be pretty positive for us. But Wanderlust sounds amazing because I can send other family members to join the Varangian Guard, and we receive bonus troops above the cap when adventuring. That is a good renown legacy right here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with this for the time being, but the next one that we unlock, I think, will be always Space in the Hold. Oh man, and the sister of our new wife is now saying, honestly, you're so disgusting, you shouldn't be marrying her. We didn't become rivals, but that's a minus 100 right there. I might have to cleanse the Carlings a bit more. Oh, and immediately after, our own wife is also saying, you know what, I really do hate you, you're really awful. Well, you know what? Maybe we can actually make some love out of this, okay? Let's make this happen. Let's make this work. We are a dream team. The 40-year-old melancholic French Catholic and, well, me. And oh my god, it just doesn't stop. This isn't the nagging wife. These are the nagging in-laws. The Carlings really have something coming for them here. You know what? I'll help you out, okay? Even if it overwhelms me with stress. I think we gotta get through with this. I have but one expectation for Ermentrude, and that is, despite her age, another son. Because honestly, yeah, Athalbrictor here looks a bit like a loser. Look at this dude. He's brought up by French because I accidentally exchanged him, and he's a bookworm. It doesn't really get any worse. Alright, and now that that is done, let's hand out our titles. I actually need some vassals here, and I would prefer people that can actually fight, because the better they can fight, the better will it be for my warfare, and we're gonna be doing a lot of that. I will actually, though, attempt to pick up French as a language. Currently, in Norman here at the very least, we're still looking at indeed the Norse language being our language, and, well, that is also the only thing that we speak. But if I could actually talk to my wife, I think that would be pretty good. Oh, and check that out. These Saxons are fighting amongst themselves. Mercia and England are fighting because Mercia attacked them for East Sax, and now Wessex and England are defending together against Mercia and Aquitaine. I think I gotta slide in there and just... Ooh, wow, we have an Invade Kingdom CB? Oh my god. I think I'm just gonna conquer Duchy, but I gotta use the Invade Kingdom one wisely. Probably just straight up against England, right? Now, the other thing that we will now have to consider is the simple fact that we have turned feudal by settling here, which makes it so that all of these suddenly cost money. It's going to be pretty expensive to wage war for us. Luckily, we can raid, but we might want to build our locations up at least a little bit. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, I was thinking about this. Maybe eventually we want to move our capital right here to Winchester. However, I gotta tell ya, if I raise it to the ground, A, I make money. I make all the money that we spent on the war back. And B, England in this period was basically a backwater. Our center here will be Normandy, so quite frankly, I raise it to the ground and then just give it to somebody else anyway. We did also capture Atheling Ethelwulf here, and I would like to eat... Okay, wait a minute, we're not a cannibal yet. I would like to just execute him, I think. The more I do this, the more I frighten the Saxons, the more they will remember me, right? He does give me a bonus to finish the war faster, but honestly, this feels pretty good. Oh, and while I'm here, you know what? I'm gonna take this guy out as well. Why did the child of the King of Brittany die? Well, I don't think the Bretons and me are gonna be friends. She's actually pregnant. She's 41 and she's pregnant, giving us our only rightful heir going forward. Let's hope that it's gonna be a strong Norman child. Ah, and here we are defeating Alfred himself. Yeah, they're getting completely eviscerated by our men-at-arms. It's rough if you're fighting men-at-arms. Alright, and there you go. I could exchange hostages, but I don't care for anything that you could offer me. We just wanted to take over this territory so that Normandy truly becomes a kingdom between the two channels. This will make it so that I can handle this stuff out. We did completely destroy Winchester. So this is just bad land now. Now, how long does it actually take me to convert this stuff? It's like 39 years. My God. Honestly, what the locals believe, I don't care. Believe what you want, okay? Honestly, this interface is so annoying. I cannot explain it. But spearman maintenance goes down here. I'm a huge fan of this. Our pikemen need to be doing something else. I'm gonna create you as the senior thane in the plain. Good title. Man, this is so sad. 265 troops, and he is... What the hell is this? Wait a minute. Social connection, popularity among peers, friends in high places, slanders from rivals? What the hell is this? That looks amazing. So the social standing of this person is actually in a tiered trait. Why do I not have that? How do you get that? I want to be a social person. Okay, well, I think it's time that we visit our friends in England and take Kent from them, which, now that I think about it, is a holy site of the Christian faith. Let's hope that there aren't gonna be any crusades, okay? Oh, what happened? Ermentrude, she actually died giving birth, but she gave birth. It's a guy. I am unbelievably impressed by our new child, because he is barely born for just a minute and he already killed a carling. Wow, you are gonna be my sole heir. I'm disinheriting the other child. And is this perfect or what? We took the wife of the King of England prisoner and we just lost a wife. And there's already a new one. Very nice. Maybe I've made a mistake. Maybe I shouldn't have been so quick about conquering Kent. To protect us. Maybe he's gonna attack the Umayyads or something. Sometimes they do that. Oh, and I didn't actually realize this. Wait, is this everybody in the world now? So I raised Kent, and now it's a -30 sect holy site. Is that every Catholic? Oh my God, it's every Catholic in the world. I think I may have made a major mistake now, okay? That wasn't that good. Oh, but while we can, let's enjoy the beautiful things in life, such as this horse sacrifice. I've always wanted to do that. Oh, we do have a pretty cool casus belli here. But honestly, I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna say thank you for the entire thing. Just look at them getting completely eviscerated here. It's because they have too many levies and I have such a good men-at-arms army. But wait a minute, this guy has a oh my God. They actually declared for Jerusalem. So I took Kent, I raised the goddamn thing, and then they didn't go for me. They went against the Abbasid Caliph, who admittedly is pretty goddamn weak. Thank God, thank Jesus, I guess, that they just said, hey, the Norse over here in England, let him do whatever he wants. See, we already look really, really good after just conquering a little bit. But I also will say, now that we are friends with Siegfried Ivarsson here, I noticed something. I can gift him a Breton horse. I assume it comes from the fact that we conquered Brittany, and I assume that Breton horses are renowned worldwide. I only honestly know of Andalusians and like Arabians, and that's about it. Anyway, cost us 50 bucks, we gain 100 prestige, they gain more opinion of us, and wow, that is a pretty decent modifier. The Duchy of Brittany is home to prestigious horses, bred in freedom or in semi-wild pastures. And oh my God, the Christians actually lost the crusade for Jerusalem. How did that happen? Okay, no, we all know how that happened. They all ran around, probably landed right here, made their way through Mesopotamia, went all the way to India, then maybe here to the Horn of Africa, and then went to Jerusalem. We all know how this works. Dude, I basically captured this guy's entire family. And the bad news is, yeah, gives me war score, doesn't really matter. And you know, since I am irritable, I think it is time, since I couldn't kill her, that I show Rodrüde a good time by releasing my anger. Dude, it's so rude that I can just use this trait, right here, irritable, to start a duel and beat the hell out of her. And let's be honest here, she doesn't stand a chance. Unlucky, pal. Unlucky. And now she's our rival. And oh no, I think my time is nigh. And if I die now, our rightful heir, this guy right here, is only 70 years old. Maybe we can hold on for a little longer. I did disinherit everybody else because, well, the guy is the guy. But yeah, that sucks. Being infirm at only 53 is rough. The guy got typhus. You gotta be kidding me. Typhus in this economy? Maybe I need to re-inherit? Oh, She would inherit, and she is strong. Now that has potential. A woman warrior. Well deserved, if you ask me. Wow. The Bavarians did it. They killed the guy. She's now the unnamed heir, and Jeva is not the name of a queen. I'm gonna name her Wilhelmina. That sounds like a good name, right? She sounds like a conqueror. And oh boy, here we are now, 3 years old and under a regent. Now I did designate somebody that is supposed to be selfless, but you can see the scales of power here. I am gonna hope that our good friend Vogt Brunmathre of Bayeux is gonna behave. He is actually loyal, so you know what? Let's hope that it's gonna work just fine for us. My regent instantly changed, but she's also selfless despite hating us. Okay, I'll take it. And man, it really does seem now as though the good days are over, because Flanders also actually died. When did he die? Was it like roughly... Yeah, that's roughly the period when we died. And they are now being invaded by the French, and the French are winning. Obviously, I want this land long term, but for the time being, it looks like the Christians are coming back. And I knew that I chose the right heir here with Wilhelmina. Look at Etienne, this absolute loser. He's like, oh no, I fell. Get over it, pal. Okay. Oh, and apparently, I am losing my mind. I have an imaginary friend that most certainly isn't real, and I can give him a name. Now, just taking a look at this, I'm pretty sure it makes no difference. But I like the learning. Having more learning makes it so that I can do this right here with the Historia Normanorum. I'm gonna say his name is Baldwin. He's not bald, but he's probably gonna go bald. I told you he's gonna go bald. He's already getting there. But most importantly, he wants me to get rid of diligent and become lazy. Suck it, pal. I hate ya. And we have done it. And I am so surprised. Not only did we turn out amazingly, not a single soul tried to kill me. I am a woman now. I do wonder what actually happened to our imaginary friend here. He stuck around. He was there. I don't think he did anything. Like, I think he's just gone now. Either way, let's take a look at what we can do here. I would really, really like fertility and renown. Although I'm not gonna marry, I'm gonna capture a man, much like we captured women, of course, previously. Honestly, I like these trees a lot. I especially like spoils of war. So quite frankly, I'm gonna go with the same thing. I love doing what we were doing there. The other thing that I want to check is, when can I do this? I need at least one of these, so I can actually commission this if I get enough prestige, which isn't that difficult. I just need to fight a couple of wars, maybe raid a little, you know, the classic drill. Ooh, I could also participate in this grand tournament. Okay, here's the plan. We're gonna go gather some prestige, maybe find a husband if I capture somebody. I already captured a bunch of people in the past, and none of them came out alive. And then once we've done that, we're gonna conquer what we need for Greater Normandy and actually found it. Beautiful, but for the time being, let's see whether we can't arrive here. Oh, and look who just split. Beautiful. Oh my god, this guy has a million traits, huh? How did he do that? Jesus Christ. Yeah, he gets around. Well, anyway, I will now also get around. Man, if I could capture König Volmar, that would be great, but it doesn't seem very likely. I think we're just gonna go around for a good bit here and raid, because I need more prestige to do Conquer Duchy Wars, and after that, of course, we can actually found Greater Normandy. I'm looking around. I would love to capture some relatives of the Carling branches right here, just because it would make it so that I could marry somebody against their will that would be incredibly powerful. Let's try to capture one. I have captured a small child, the only child of the King of France. See ya in hell, kid. Yeah, and there it is. That whole thing with the imaginary friend, yeah, this does not surprise me. We're going insane. And now there you go. We can commission the Historia Normanorum. Our efforts to consolidate Normandy have not necessarily gone smoothly. To help us unite as Norman, I will find a scholar to write a history of our people and how, under the leadership of the Avmöde family, we combine the best aspects of the Norse and the Frankish people. That sounds about right. What do we get here? We get prestige and renown. We also get more renown. Wow, that is really good. The language of the Norman will change to Romance. I don't actually speak Romance. I'm still gonna do it just because this is the only thing that keeps me from finishing the struggle. But yeah, okay. The legacy of the Northman tradition will be upgraded oh, right. Oh, and this also, of course, upgrades the tradition. I have no idea how good that is, but I definitely want to do this. Yeah, sure. Let's start writing this. Tancred, it is your job now. Alright, you know what? And now we most certainly cannot convert. We were just named the Heathen. I love that. In particular because most of the people, yeah, they're all Christians, okay? So I can get used to that name. Alright, and while they're finishing off that writing, I need to take 3 locations. Holland, Flandre and France. Well, not the entirety, just Anjou. I think the weakest target, at least from the very first view here, should be you. France should be in a relatively weak position, Anjou should be relatively easy to take, and just aesthetically, it's a good choice, I think. Oh god. I seize the skull of Saint John the Evangelist. Very, very cool. Maybe I'll turn Christian eventually, but I am desecrating everything they love. Oh, and check this out. Years ago, Tancred began writing a history of Normandy, under the patronage of Princess Wilhelmina the Heathen. This is infinitely funny to me, because in the time that it took him to write this, he actually moved court and became a bishop. And yet he wrote that book for me, a lunatic heathen. Well, compromise is what we all thrive with, right? Now what it does is, he becomes my friend, we start picking up Romance as our language, the legacy of the Northmen has become adventurers and aristocrats, whatever that means, and the consolidation of Normandy can be concluded if we conquer enough. Let me take a look at this, right? What is this new cultural tradition? Rulers can use the Norman adventure casus belli in the early... Does it mean even if I'm a king I could do it? Now I'm so curious now. And if I continue and actually finish it as a Norman conquest, it will get even better? This is insane. Plus, we get Norman knights. Oh, this is such a damn cool mod. I really gotta say, I love that. You know, I think I just found the best potential lover for our character. Can I turn you? Recruit, demand conversion. That's completely fine. You are my new biggest love. Ebrards, you are beautiful to me. Alright, and now we just need to continue conquering. It shouldn't be that difficult. I am more afraid, I think, of Holland, actually, because they have alliances. Then again, they are pretty goddamn small. Reclaim relics. Wait a minute, what does he have? He has the branch of the sacred tree at the Temple of Uppsala? Oh my god. Okay, let's start with Flanders, work our way north. And look at that. He immediately hands down his most important congenital trait. Okay, and now we do need to hurry up. Take a look at that. We have too many counties in our realm, which happens if you remain a duke and just keep conquering. I did conquer a lot of stuff here. I don't want to found my own custom kingdom, although I could technically do that, but I don't want to do that because I, of course, want Greater Normandy. So we gotta move against Holland very, very quickly now. Ideally, I would even like to use the Jomsvikings that have been founded in the meantime, but I really just care about claiming the stuff that I should already own anyway. This screen, by the way, has actually grown on me, because what we're looking at here is really informative if you take the time to do that. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, doesn't matter, because we're winning this, and ooh, I would have loved to capture him, but sadly no such luck. Either way, I'm gonna conquer this, and damn, folks, they have been cooked. I will now enact the Norman conquest, and let me take a look at whether we can't do this, yep, through this interface right here. We will become known as the Conqueror, gain some prestige, maybe compile the Doomsday Book. The Adventurers and Aristocrats trait is upgraded yet again, and if you conquer Greater Normandy, we get that title. The renown is really, really nice, and this right here, I assume, is a dynasty legacy. Indeed it is, well, a dynasty modifier. Renown, vessel limit, and title creation cost down. And look at that. Here we are, with a great Norman conquest accomplished. Without a doubt, historians of the future will write much about our valorous deeds. War will continue. Oh, we need to choose an ethos. Damn, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna stick with bellicose. It's just too good. The Norman conquest. It has been done. Prince Rolf of Normandy arrived on the shores of northern France to rule over Normandy. Under Wilhelmina's brilliant and determined leadership, the Normans have reformed a great empire stretching across the territories formerly dominated by their erstwhile Celtic and Flemish rivals. And so, the consolidation is complete. So this now means the Empire of Francia is our de jure liege. We get the Kingdom of Greater Normandy, it becomes our primary title, we gain the nickname Conqueror, and so on and so forth. Oh! Now sadly, this does not take the territory that we have across the channel into account. But all things considered, I feel like that is perfectly fine. Look at all these dynasty banners, by the way, that we conquered. We're barely hanging any of our own. And then we even have the skull of Saint John the Evangelist. A color is kind of disagreeable, at least in my eyes. It should be maybe a strong red or a purple or something, but would you look at that? We have become the Queen, Regina Wilhelmina, the Conqueror of Greater Normandy. And there you go. Now that is a good flag. And I'm only now noticing that Aquitaine has fallen apart. What else has happened? We got iffy people down there. Unfortunate for you, Bavaria has fallen apart, of course. I mean, Germany is gone. Man, this is a chaotic world, which, granted, we are in control of something that is incredibly important for the entire Christian economy right here. Yeah, they've all fallen apart. Of course, the English are still heathens, the Irish are still heathens, and then everybody here heathens as well. This is a dark, dark timeline, but I really only regret one thing. This guy looks so perfect, I'm sorry. He really looks English, doesn't he? Huh. Well, anyway, I really only regret one thing, and that is, as a queen, I cannot go on a Norman adventure. My god, I really, really want to go down there into Italy. Maybe, I'm gonna make that happen. But I'm gonna be honest with you, Greater Normandy is something that I always wanted to found, and I'm very, very happy to see it. This is a beauty. Now do keep in mind, this was all modded. This is CMH. They have insane content. It's insanely fun. We're definitely gonna jump into more going forward. I'll leave you right here though, and I'll see you later, alligator.